Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Planet Coaster live stream. My name's Ed, part of the community management team here at Frontier Developments, and tonight we've got a very special treat for you. We're, of course, going to be playing some Planet Coaster. I mean, it wouldn't be a Planet Coaster live stream without it, but we are going to be inviting one of our very special creators to join us on the stream to talk through their creations, and it is the one and only Floss, who is, in my opinion, one of the best Planet Coasters. You're all obviously very, very amazing, but I just think some of Floss's creations are just absolutely mind-blowing, so I cannot wait for you guys to see. And also, I'm really, really excited to have Floss here live with us talking, to talk us through all the creations, how she even begins to manage to even think about how these things will come together, because some of the stuff, like the Midas Touch one that we'll be showing off, it's just absolutely incredible. So she'll be able to take us through those step by step. So we're going to be here for the next hour. But hello, Anigmandra, Dextro, Nils Bishop, Day, Joel, Tommy T, Dextro, Red Dragons, Cold Dragon, Lorenzo DeFranco, Tim Storr, hold on a minute. Hi, Porters, oh gosh. Oh, it's so exciting that my microphone has popped off. That's how exciting it is, because all of the best ones right here. So yeah, tonight is a live stream all about showcasing content showcase. It's part of a new series that we've been doing. We've had Sylv on, we've had the Bro Coaster guys on. Tonight is Floss. We've had oh gosh, my mind's gone completely blank, and I feel incredibly bad for it, but I'm sure you'll be able to correct me and remind me who else has been on as well. And we'll have more creators coming up in future as well. Of course, last week we showed off the free content coming in with 1.8, which is just incredible stuff. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about new things tonight. We're just talking about Floss's awesome creations. So I think we should sort of... Ed, don't get nervous, somebody says. I am nervous this evening. We're sort of almost Planet Coaster creator royalty with us, in my opinion. And that is, I don't know if you can hear, but hello, Floss, are you here with us?
I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening to you too, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
It's all right. I'm immediately going to switch over to the game right now, right? And so you'll be able to see in the background one of Floss's latest creations that you've only just put up online. Is that correct?
Yes, yesterday at the 11th hour.
And by the way, hopefully everyone can hear you. Please, in the chat, let us know if you can hear Floss okay. Why is this my microphone is playing tricks on me today? It's popping off all over the place.
You've got my curse.
I don't know what's happened. I don't know.
I have microphone gremlins.
Microphone gremlins. It's the microphone gremlins. Hello, Game Vlogs. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I love the Samash t-shirt. So do I. It's absolutely awesome. Good evening, Floss, says Joel. So yes, they can. It seems like they can hear you. Nice and clear. So if you have any questions for Floss throughout, I will pass them over to her as well as we're going through this stuff. Loud and clear, says Levy's. Joel says beautiful, which is great. And Eggman says, hey, Floss, good, says War Eagle. Right, we've got enough. Fantastic. So, Floss, why do you like Planet Coaster?
Wow, that's a broad question, isn't it? Well, I think it merges all my favourite things: roller coasters, creativity, games, friends.
Games and roller coaster, creativity, games, friends, done. That makes sense. So I had the pleasure of meeting you actually at Frontier Expo. I think for just sort of 2 minutes or something, very, very, very fleetingly. But we talked a lot about how you kind of you were very, very appreciative. You were very appreciative of talking to some of the devs and stuff like that, because you were like, it kind of feels almost in some ways almost got a meditative quality to it as well.
It does. It's just calming. I love it. Just put it on in the evening, put some music on, telly on in the background, and just chill out and play. Sometimes I bang my head against the desk, like I think we all do. but generally, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Great stuff. And is it something about the way that you can get into the details of things and really dig deep into these creations that kind of keep you coming back and keep you doing more of it?
Oh, absolutely. I can spend hours in one, probably in a 8 meter square little patch, and just it's the small little details. I think as my buddy Wicks, who I think here says, it's all about the little details which bring creations alive. And it's, yeah, attention to detail. Although I'm also messy, so little bit of a contradiction there. So I like the details, but I make a big mess.
Great. Well, I have to say as well, and I said this when you weren't on camera, but we have on mic. But like some of your creations are some of my favourite creations in the entire workshop, and we will get to those at some point. But the first thing that you wanted to show off, and let's just jump straight in. Let's just jump straight in with this. What is this, and why did you want me to show it off today?
Well, as a lot of things, it started as something completely different. I began a antiquities park with a Roman area, an Egyptian area, and then made what was going to be a little compact 4K rapids, and thought, oh, I like this, after I started building one wall set. And then it became this, and it just kept expanding and growing, and I think this is the third iteration of the Hanging Gardens.
Okay, great stuff. So what is it? What are my strict instructions? What should I do?
Just have a look.
Just,
No instructions
just
at all.
have a look.
Go and have
I
a
like
wander.
it. There are no rules
No.
in Floss's mini parks. All right, here we
If
go.
you see any floaters, don't point them out.
Okay. Well, should I like get on a ride, or what should
Yeah, I
what's the first
think
thing I should do?
go straight in first and just have a look around, sort of peep level.
There's a little boop there, apparently.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, but somebody was excited for the boop. People wanted to hear the boop.
Oh.
What is the boop? I don't understand what the boop is.
I don't know. It's my microphone gremlin.
You've got a microphone going and it just boops every now and again.
I thought it was when I leant too far into my laptop, and
Right.
it was sort of an alarm saying lean back.
Okay.
So, but I'm reclined.
Right. Okay. How often? So while we're looking at this, how much time do you spend sort of playing Planet Coaster? Would you say?
Oh, too much. I'd say I've got over 3,000 hours.
3,000 hours in Planet Coaster.
But a lot of that is asleep. So what I tend to do is I'll build a coaster, and I will ride it over and over and over again to make sure there's no clipping, it's smooth, and then sometimes sleep takes me. So
you'll just fall asleep in front of the screen.
yeah.
Right.
And then wake up, whoops, and the coaster's still going around a few hours later. So I'd say about 20% of the hours are sleep time. That's my excuse.
Well, immediately.
But I do play a lot.
Immediately, this is really, really, really beautiful. Does everyone have anybody in the chat have any sort of questions about the park or ideas about what you want me to sort of do in here? But I think we should ride the rides. I mean, that feels like the first thing that we should do. But what is it in particular that sort of made you want to build something like this?
Well, it's difficult where the ideas come from. I tend to just walk around, and then I get inspiration just from walking around the streets. I live in Bath, which is a beautiful town, and that's what made me think of doing the classical park, the Roman, and then researching other cultures. I was going to do Roman and Persian, and then sort of Babylonian came in that. Saw one picture on Pinterest, and I thought, I love that. It was the colours.
Yeah.
I'd like to recreate that. And that's where it came. It was just one picture I saw.
So you learned, apparently you were telling me before the stream started that you've done you now know quite a lot about Babylonia and the Hanging Gardens of Babylonia. Can you tell us?
I like to research things as much as I can.
Why?
Well, to get the right feel, the right looks of thing, and also for ride names. And it's not completely accurate. Well, they don't even know when Babylon was made and who it was made by. There's lots of sort of theories. But with anything I make, I like to have a bit of context to it and look at pictures and do research, so it can just get as close to that theme as possible. I think it's a very, very educational game as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that dedication to making that happen is truly, I think, quite special and quite unique. Actually, there's lots of people who make a lot of very realistic looking things and stuff like that, and realistic parks and those types of things. But I think that's the first time that I've heard anybody out of all the times, the 2 years that we've been doing this, that's gone, you know, that's how much effort that you put in. You're going to research it, to learn about it. And just so you know as well, I'm sure you can see the chat, but you've got people like Jimmy Jones who's saying that, love the Vine supports. We've got Red Dragon saying beautiful creation, Floss, the colours. This is 5 attractions, is that right, in this?
We've got 2 coasters, rapids, hidden go-karts, which you haven't seen yet.
I saw the hidden go-karts.
Oh, okay, and then 3 flat rides.
And 3 where are the flat rides? Hidden flat rides?
Hidden amongst the vines.
Oh, really? Right, okay.
This is the thing, because it kept changing. I like to plan things, really plan, sketch things out, have an idea where things are going to go. But this, it kept growing, and so adapting. So some things are bunged in a bit. That overpower, I think it's called the overpower. The flat ride in the middle there, I always wanted that straight in. There's a carousel wedged in there. The top corner.
Yeah. Sorry, of course. There, you can see that now. And then there's the carousel.
There's a hyper spin, I think it is, in the back corner.
I'm being rubbish at finding these things. I don't want to go too behind the scenes, but oh my gosh.
You'll see if you see the big stairs going up to the second level.
Yeah.
90 degrees from where.
Well, there's a delay, on the video. Yeah. So, okay, so there's the stairs here. No, we haven't got across. It's okay. There's loading quite a lot in. So the big stairs, the double staircase.
Stop going behind the scenes. You're going through hedges.
I did not mean to go behind the scenes. I'm so sorry. That's not going to happen again. I promise. Right, and then what? And then to the right.
If you go on the ground floor behind the stairs in the corner is a flat ride.
Okay.
A high spin.
I think I'm going the wrong way, but
so you've gone where I am. You've gone up the stairs.
You went down the stairs.
Straight down. Yeah, straight down.
Okay, well we'll go back. But either way, we should ride one of the coasters. If we're going to ride one of these, because of course we've still got. It's not just this park that we wanted to showcase tonight. There's a few things. We've only got an hour of your time. So, which coaster would you like us or prefer us to showcase?
I think the flying coaster, because that goes through most of the park.
Don't look at that on the left as well. There would be water there. You'll see what I mean in a minute, Floss. I'm so sorry. Okay. I hope I'm representing your amazing creations well. The one in the middle, the blue one.
Yes.
Okay, let's.
I do have a little bit of an excuse for. I built the flying coaster, and then I decided I'd really like a dive coaster in here as well. And mainly because I like the view from the top, the top of the hold of the dive coaster, and seeing the whole gardens in front. But then doing that, the coasters clashed, and so I had to tweak the flying one a little bit. So there's one, there's one slightly snappy neck part. So sorry about that.
One slightly snap. Oh, it's all right. We'll let you off because the rest of it's so good.
I pretty much finished this, and then the vintage pack came out, and then so I had to go back and add loads more gardens and bees and butterflies.
So we're experiencing it right now. This is absolutely amazing. Which is we won't go into.
There's the go-karts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm behind.
No, it's great. It's fine. Absolutely fine. So do you take quite a lot of pride in these, making these creations?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. You absolutely should. So, as people are saying in the chat as well, please put some beautiful work, says Wix. Amazing work, says Whitesider. And Joel's put a link in there as well to this creation, the Hangars by Boy Floss, but also have a look at the workshop. And you absolutely should after this as well, you should. I'm so sorry for not putting the water in. I feel bad for not putting the water in now. But this is, it's really, really good. It's very impressive. What is it in particular that you like about this creation?
It's the first thing I've finished. It's the first mini park that's not a blueprint that I finished.
Okay.
So to me, I think I said on Twitter, this is my Everest.
Oh wow. Okay.
I started it months ago and kept leaving it, and I think it was this stream actually that gave me a deadline. I thought, right, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
So I think the main thing is just finishing it.
I'm glad that we can help. Any questions specifically about this creation? Somebody asks, how many flowers are there? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. The building itself is 25,000 pieces, so it's about when I say yes, I do. It's about 20, 30,000, maybe 25,000 plants.
25,000 plants.
Yeah.
That is
And
where it
if you
says,
go
go on.
out front, I need to show you. I asked Wix to make me some boats for
Okay.
it.
Should
He made best
because of its,
Babylon boats.
okay. Should I put
Got it.
the, oh, I need to put the
Have a look
water in,
at
don't
it.
I? Let me put the water in. I'll do that now.
What's the water?
There's
Wait.
water, there's no water under the boats.
Oh, I didn't notice when you said the water. I didn't notice it. Did you? You deleted the water?
No, I don't think so. I think I loaded up and it just
Oh,
wasn't there. Not sure
no.
why, but there you go. So Wix has made some of these boats. I say I didn't do it perfectly,
Oh
but I'll
dear.
try my best.
Where did the water
I'm
go?
so sorry. I don't know. And you're like, what are you talking about? All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at the. So Wix made these
oh
for
no, and
you.
it's not going in.
No, it's there. Don't worry.
Oh,
I get there
okay.
eventually. It's a little lower than it should be.
It's a bit lower than it should be, but
Yeah, it's all right. I won't worry about it. I'm sure people could spend a little bit more time to create it. But it does add even more to it having that moat outside the front as well. So kind of almost as if it's like the area where people turn up and you turn up in your boat to then go to the hanging gardens, which I think is really really amazing. So which boats did he make? All of these?
he made two of these of the really detailed little boats, and then I sort of copied them and changed a few of the colours and just chucked them everywhere, and then went on the workshop for more boats and found more of Wix's boats. So they're all Wix's boats, apart from that's the Ariga I found, and that's by Cookie, and it was a sailing boat, a Moana style sailing boat, and I just took off the spiral
That's
and
very
chucked
nice.
that about, and then I made the little rowboats.
And you made the little rowboats yourself.
Yeah.
Well, they're very good. Fantastic. Well, it's amazing, and I think it is quite an impressive start, wouldn't you say, chat? I think you could. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a janitor in there, says VG Robin. I'm not sure why. It'd be incredible. White says,
lovely.
"OMG, so many plants require a good irrigation system."
Well, actually, yes. If you go to the back,
Oh,
that's reminded me. So I did think, hang on a minute, how is there all this water up at the top?
okay.
How did it get there? So I made some little buckets,
Some little buckets. Where
which
are
is
they?
it's the chain lift of the blue coaster. So right on
Okay.
the other side
Oh, I
of
see
the
him. Yeah.
park.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
lovely.
beautiful. Oh,
So
yes, the little
that's
buckets.
how
and
the water.
That's amazing. Well done. It's all, of course, it's pouring out into the larger bucket. That's what you're referring to, right? I found the right place. But
Yep.
also, it looks even more special now that I put the water in as well, because you've got you got out towards the back as well. Like the river actually connects up, and it all makes thematic sense. Floss. This is so impressive.
It's not accurate for how Babylon, if it is where they think it, which I think like 50 miles out of where Baghdad is now, they think
Okay.
is where it could be.
Right.
So it's not accurate. I wanted the water purely for the reflection because it looks nice.
Okay,
That was
so it wouldn't have, what do you mean? It just wouldn't have water.
But it wouldn't have that much around it. There was a little river with the boats coming in, but there was a lot of just town around it, and then a big walls and gates and ramparts.
What was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon?
Well, there's quite a few theories. Some say it was King Nebuchadnezzar built it for his wife because she missed the hills. But then other people said it was another, I can't remember the name, but another Babylonian king. So there's quite a lot of conflicting theories about it, about where exactly it was, when it was built. Sometime around, I don't know, 500 BC, I think, but possibly earlier.
Well, it's an amazing creation, so big round of applause, please, in the chat for Floss as well. Got a couple of questions. First of all, Ron Miller says, tell Floss that everyone loves her accent. He's very, very specific about it. So there you go, Ron, we said it. Yes,
Thanks,
turn
Ron.
up
It's very normal around here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very good, says Heinwald. What a talent, says Jenny Lowe. Guy Mitchell says, cool guy emoji. Still with the booping sounds, Floss, shame on you, says Jereen. Even if it's not accurate, it's a wonder to see it's come out, says Lorenzo. Great perspective from above view, amazing. And Loki Tops asks, when will the update come out? Well, Loki Tops, we're not talking about the update today. We're talking to Floss about her amazing creations. Nice work, says Joelle. And by the way, can I just say a huge thank you to everybody who's come along today. Believe it or not, I'm actually still recovering from a little bit of an illness, so I'm ever so slightly sensitive. And you might have noticed that I'm feeling a little soft today. So thank you all for coming along and watching. Tommy T says go Wix, because Wix made those little boats. So that's pretty cool. And there was another question somebody asked. I can't remember where it was. It was about where the name Floss comes from. Is that your real name, or is that?
Well, it's real name's Francesca.
You don't have to. You don't have to tell the internet these things.
It's when I was a baby, I had big flossy nappies.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
Big flossy nappies.
Yeah,
Great.
so luckily I dropped the nappies, but kept the floss.
Yeah, you get the floss. Big flossy nappies is a good name.
And now everyone knows.
If someone wants to steal that for their Twitch channel, Big Flossy Nappies, get it. Now's the time to do it. All right. So, what's the next thing you'd like us to show? Because we've got a few things lined up. What is it that you would? What's the first thing on the list that you want to show off?
I think should we go Midas Touch, because it links in a bit with Babylon. We'll keep classical.
Yeah. You'll have to bear with me 1 second. I'm actually going to go to this mode so I can find the item, because I've got a few things to dig through apparently. So just give me a second. Here we go. Talk amongst yourselves while I find this. There we go. Right, I want to make sure it's placed correctly. Any rules on this one where I place it down?
Oh, I do a silly amount of instructions, or I might have run out of pieces on this one. So you might be lucky. Usually I put an essay out in front.
Oh, you have got an essay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No. And I've messed it up as well. I haven't even done it properly. So there we go. Yeah, it's not an essay, it's just one word, so it's okay.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Very, very useful. Hold on, I think I've got the... This'll do, I'm sorry, there might be a tiny bit of floating happening, but, I've got an audience, and I'm trying to be efficient. But here we go. As you can see, I didn't manage to hide the hidden sign. But we are here with the Midas Touch. We have shown this on live stream a couple of times, but it is one of, I think, one of the best things that people have done using the trigger system. So talk us through it. I mean, I know that you're not going to be able to see it. Imagine that I've started it now, and you've got to sort of talk us through your inspiration behind it first of all.
Okay. It was when I watched the stream when you guys told us about what was coming in that update with the changing colours. As I saw changing colours, boom, Midas Touch. And that's it.
So literally, that was the first thing you thought? Because
I was watching the stream.
How is this genius? I
thought, what changes colour? What's a story that changes colour? I know.
Midas Touch. Oh, the water thing's not done again, but oh, it's obviously
there's no water. Well, okay, you could manually put some water in the back, but it's not.
It's just the front bit. It doesn't matter. It's me because it should have been slightly lower than it was. But essentially, you are in this. The idea is that you are well. Set up the story a little bit. Imagine.
So this is a vineyard. This bit's meant to be. So the wisteria here is meant to be saying it's grapes. Use your imagination, pretend they're grapes. And so, this is Midas's land, and then this chap, who's the tutor of Dionysus, he gets a little bit drunk on the wine and passes on Midas's land. And so Midas finds him and brings him back to his house and offers him food and lodgings and is really welcome. And so Dionysus is very grateful and gives Midas a wish. And so, I've gone a bit ahead of myself. When it goes up the chain lift, that's meant to be Midas going up to see the gods.
Yep.
So this is him on his way up to meet Dionysus.
So good.
And then he gets what he thinks is a great wish that everything turns to gold.
Yeah.
And then he realises it's actually a bit of a curse.
It's a curse. Oh, amazing. And then that's where the triggers start, because now everything that he's touching is turning to gold, including all the walls, all of the bugs,
and beetles. I just laid out everything. I think I filtered by things you could trigger. I just laid out everything to see what could change colour.
Yeah, all the water change colour as well, coming out of the out of the pipes.
And they're the adventure traps, because the
Right.
actual wall pieces can't change colour. It's got to be
Oh.
animatronics. So there's just lots and lots of blades hidden underground.
Wow, that's so smart. And then now all of these giant plants as well, changing colour, coming through.
And the glowing embers, they're one of my favourite pieces in the game now. I thought they look like gold leaf.
Oh yeah, I see them. Yeah, gold leaf. You're absolutely right. As they're coming through into the tunnel. Yeah.
And funky... Oh yeah, I'm behind, aren't I? So I'm talking what I can see. My funky scorpion plants.
Oh yeah, the funky scorpion plants.
Yeah, it's just so they could change colour.
And it's a very famous story. And of course, is this his wife or is it his daughter? I can always forget
His
that.
daughter.
His
So
daughter
he goes
turns
to
to
hug
gold.
his daughter, and then she turns to gold.
Well, she
And
doesn't know.
that's
She sneaks in behind him, doesn't she, in the room, and then kind of grabs him, and he doesn't. He's no, don't touch me. And then that's the story I heard.
There's lots of different. I think there's lots of different slight
Yeah.
details. I think the one I read, he hugged her, but the
Okay, well, yeah.
Either
Why
way,
would he do that if
there
he
was an
knew that he was
embrace.
going to do that to people? But anyway. Anyway, yes.
I think he hoped, she's human, it won't happen to her.
Yeah. Is there a conclusion to the story?
There is, yes. So he goes back up to Dionysus to say, "Oh
As we
no, I made a
saw.
horrible mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Can you reverse the curse?" And he says, "You need to go down to the river and wash yourself in the river."
Oh,
And
that's
as
what the
he
splash
washed,
is at
then the
end.
gold came out, and that's why the edges of the riverbanks glisten, because it's the gold from Midas. There you go.
That's absolutely amazing. So you don't come along to this live stream just to see some amazing content by some amazing creators, but you also learn about some Greek myths along the way as well. So the two chain lifts are the first one going up to and he gets the curse to get the wish, goes down, turns it into gold, accidentally murders his daughter by turning her to gold, because I think in the myth as well, she doesn't come back. I'm pretty sure.
Can you not dunk her in the river?
Maybe he does. I can't. That's a good.
I
Yeah,
don't
again,
know.
lots of different versions of the story. But I love the cleansing ritual at the end. It's such a good idea. But then there's the banks of the river that you've made here as well, like the actual edges of the ride are gold too, which is just everybody. What a
One of my
awesome piece of storytelling. It's so good. Go on. Sorry, Karen. Yeah.
is the temple itself, and the
yeah.
frieze at the top, trying to find what I can choose to make a little scene, a little battle scene that they have in the friezes at the top.
Yeah.
And it's the top of columns sort of sunk in to make a little
It's a little battle scene, little soldiers with shields and swords.
I was really pleased with that. I think that's probably my favourite thing about it.
Oh wow! I do see. That's the tea. I would never have noticed that if it wasn't for you pointing it out. So thank you for all this detail. So, any interesting facts that we should know about this creation before we move on?
No, I think that's it.
Does anybody have any stories? Does anybody have any questions specifically about this creation before we move on? Owen Evans Music says that's brilliant. It's the cleverest use of the colour change trick I've seen so far, which is very nice. Someone says about your junkyard coaster. I don't know if are we doing the junkyard?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't got that on. No.
Oh, well, there you go. So you'll have to check that out yourselves, ladies and gentle friends.
Another mess I made. I just chucked loads of cars around, piles of cars.
Well, apparently people really like it. So, how does it look in the dark? This one? Are you alright? Can I or not?
Yeah, this is lit.
This is lit. It is lit. It does look nice. Yeah.
I always do that as an afterthought. I don't do it as I go lighting.
Maybe one of your creations should rely on lighting specifically. Maybe that might be a weird challenge for you. Something different. You don't have
One
to.
of them I'm going to show is purely a dark coaster.
A dark coaster. Should we do that one now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Halloweeny as well. So.
Oh, I'm nearly there. So this ride is awesome. The ride, the scenery, the complete picture is so good. I don't know how she did this, but it must say it's really very good. The problem with the banks of the river is the current interest rate. Very well done, Aloria. Russ says the quality of these rides are too good, almost annoyingly good, because I'll never make something this nice. What are your tips for anybody who's trying to make this sort of stuff? Is it just that time that's taken?
Time,
or do you think
practice, trial and error. Have fun, play around. I think that's when things happen. It's just when you when you play, I just get all the bits out, see what they can do.
Almost like just getting all like your big box of Lego when you were a kid and just throwing it
Exactly
out
that.
and going, right, what do I do with this? Just get all
Yeah.
the pieces out, put them down, start to play around with things. That's cool.
Absolutely. And don't worry about the outcome. That's what I think. Just have fun, build what you're building, and don't think, oh no, this isn't going to be good. Oh no, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. And just go, build.
Oh, and the music also says, just notes that the sign is gradually changing colour too, and that's a lovely subtle touch. Is that true? Is that doing that?
Do what? Sorry, I
Was
missed
the
that bit.
was the sign changing colour, or was it just half and half?
Oh yes, yeah. The Midas touch sign changes colour. Yeah,
Oh, does it? That's really cool. I didn't even notice that either.
there's a wave of gold goes through it.
Yeah. The best part is the special effects of the objects turning into gold. But how did you manage to do that? How many triggers? Specifically, how did... Yeah, go on.
Hours. It was about 8 hours of triggers.
8 hours of triggers.
Yeah, there's hundreds of them, and because each of the pieces there's 4 colours for the beetles and for the walls. I've since learnt some tricks of how to do it a bit quicker, but I don't know how many triggers. 1,000, maybe more.
1,000 triggers.
A lot.
That's incredible.
A lot.
Well done. And I don't know what we did at Frontier to deserve you, Floss, but it's absolutely incredible. So well done. Right, next one.
Thank you for creating this game.
What's the next one? I will pass that on to the development team. The Ghost Train.
Yeah, I think let's go dark and Halloween.
Okay, let me find that one. I don't. Hold on. I'm going to go again back to the main screen, so not to do too many spoilers with it. What's it called exactly?
Just Ghost Train.
It's called Ghost Train.
Oh, the top right.
Top right. Got it. Thank you. Good spot. There you go. It was a good thing that it was on there. Oh, and this should be at night time only.
Yeah, it looks fine in the day.
I don't think I've
yeah.
seen this one.
Oh, this is new. This is only I finished this last week, I think.
I'm gonna have to hold on 1 second. Oh, it's close enough. Again, close enough. I do apologise if I'm not. Hopefully, I'm wrapping this all right for you. Hold on 1 second. Right. Okay, so here we have. Oh, this is amazing. This is last week.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Okay, everybody, get hyped. Look at this thing. Right.
I think it's the only thing I've done without a custom sign. I love writing. I love doing the signs.
Okay.
Typography is a big thing for me, but I run out of pieces.
Very creepy. And just really well done. Like, the ghost train itself, immediately, is so cool. Like flying off the edge of the track. Just next to it. So talk us through this.
This, like a lot of things, really, it's all born from one piece. So I'll look at a piece and get inspired by that. And it was the train. It was the moving train track.
Right.
And I thought, aha, I like that. What can I do with that? I know.
A ghost train.
Ghost train.
Okay. Cool. So should we just ride it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Just the main track, yeah? I don't want to do anything wrong. Because, you know, some people do some special clever things with multiple tracks and stuff, so...
Oh, no, it's just...
it's just nothing. Wow,
yeah, there's no trickery in this one.
Okay.
Just a little
this is so good, I love it, says Annick Mandra. Wow, Floss is Bart van der Linden. New Spooky. I remember this from the Red stream, apparently, so Red must have shown off, Red Dragons. Awesome stuff. Oh, okay, wait, here you go. Oh, sorry, just pay attention. Pay attention to this. Alright. I'm not getting any sounds, so hopefully people are actually hearing a little bit of game sound too. Let us know if it's too...
After we do the POV of it, we might have to do the cinematic. It's the cinematic you really see the train go up.
Okay.
It's not from peak view.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Again, you
No,
can lay out these rules
so-
beforehand. This is pretty much pure awesome, says Cocoa Palm Tree. Darren Brown's Western Ghost Train. I don't really understand the comment, but I like it. It is a literal ghost train. I wasn't expecting that. That's pretty cool. Right, yeah, we need to see this. Okay. So, are you a big fan of theme parks generally? What games did you play before Planet Coaster?
Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Right,
Theme park?
These are the correct answers.
Yeah.
Right.
I love creative games, but I play all games. I started when I was about 10 with my SNES,
Mm.
and so I play all sorts of games. But I think creative simulation games are my favorite and the ones I've sunk the most hours into.
Is there any particular angle that, or do you just want to leave it in cinematic mode and just watch?
Yeah, just leave it in cinematic. I think
Oh, oh yeah, the triggers.
just
That's
you
a
can see
great
that.
idea. I see it now. Right. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure it was the best angle again, but the actual ghost train thing is really smart.
I need to catch up.
So what is it? What have you done there exactly? So I can make sure we actually get the shot right.
Is that piece from the Studios pack? I think it is with
Right.
the train track
Yeah.
and the train on it. Then I built a iron bridge, kind of based off Iron Bridge ish.
Right. Yeah.
Sort
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. So you built
Um,
that whole piece here.
yeah, the bridge underneath it,
You
and
built that
then
entirely yourself by scratch.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay, let's have a look. You know what? I'm gonna watch it from the back, as in I'm gonna line up an angle because that's kind of unless that'd be giving something away.
No, I think all just from the front. So you see the start. You see the whole.
Yeah, hold
I
on.
think that's probably the best angle. It's just face on.
Face on from. Hold on. I'm not sure where you mean. I'm so sorry.
From the front, so you see the sign with the demony man, the
Oh,
demon
from the
thing.
side. From the, okay.
Yeah, just face on.
Mhm. Okay, here we go. I think I started it. Yep, so you can see the train going up now. I missed something again here. I feel like I've missed it there. Have I done it wrong?
You should.
So,
Is that... Oh no, he's going up the lift where I am.
yeah.
So, and he's triggered. The train's triggered to set off, and all the fire as well.
Okay. It's very cool. Love it. Oh, there you go. And then it sort of fades away with a real ghost train. Very cool. Roller coaster. Very cool.
Hey,
Right.
goes there.
Nicely done. Again, a lovely, unique creation. And it just looks fantastic as well. So, congratulations again, once again.
Thanks.
Absolutely mind blowing. Right, what's the next thing you would like us to show?
Trying to think what we've got now. Could go for a flat ride and do the weather machine as we're doing
weather machine.
another colour change.
Any questions about, first of all, before we do that, about the ghost train? Any questions about the ghost train at all? I don't know. I don't regret coming here. I'm so inspired, but I better not try rebuilding this, as I'll end up looking like a trash can. OMG, the train moved. I am speechless. Oh, Lorenzo says, they make me smile, each of the objects of scenery. Everything is beautiful and unique in its own way. That's glorious, says Owens Evans Music, and Joel's just doing this little clap hands. It is great. You do realise that you're very good at this, right?
Well, I think I'm always my own worst critic.
Right, okay.
Because you see, especially if you've played the same build, the same creation for hours and hours, you see the holes and the problems.
Yeah.
So I think I am my own worst critic, and there's some people who just blow me away.
Yeah. Who are some of your favourite creators?
Oh gosh, I think
I haven't got the
my
options right
top all favorite creator is White Cider.
Okay. What is it about White Cider?
From the style, you can see any blueprint without his name and just go, well, that's a White Cider building. That's a creation, isn't it? I love that cartoony, funky. I really like it. He's a true artist.
It is fantastic. Yeah, genuinely.
Here's an essay.
Yeah. I got here. It's visible in queue and exit forming to start at right square. Register priority queue start at right 2 meters. Very good. These things are very important. This is one of my favorite creations. Just a bit of feedback again for those watching as well afterwards. Like people just saying, "Wow, the sign lighting up and glowing mist is too cool." Taz 101's got some applause. Hello Taz 101, by the way. Floss, you are amazing. So this is Wifey 1987. Floss is the best. This is amazing too. B-Boy JD Tenson. My name's Joel. Don't steal my name, grr. And Owen Evans says better than Darren Brown's Ghost Train. I almost remember this attraction. I also remember this attraction. Yeah, this one. Everybody, if you haven't seen this before, I wish I could show this off in every live stream because I think this is pretty special. And I can't even. There's all like I almost can't. Right. Okay, talk us through it. Just basically set us up. What are we looking at and why? Why did this happen?
This was off the back of the Midas Touch thing. I was in the zone of colour changing, and when I go to decorate flat rides, I put them all down, just look at them all, and go, right, which one do I want to skin next? And I don't know what made me go, aha! But it's the colour change. I thought, okay, and the way this ride sort of whirs around. Well, you just say this is how my brain works. It's just all over the place, and then it goes, yes, that'll do.
That's all right. Somebody's asked which part was used for the background. Well, you'll see in a second when we turn the ride on.
And I thought the sort of steampunky theme would fit it best because it's mechanical, it's working, it's like a crazy science machine. And I tried to make everything fit, so there's no random pipes or random cogs just slapped on and do nothing. Everything has a purpose.
A purpose or a function.
So the water is boiled somewhere, and the snow is created by cooling.
We'll have a look at those in a minute. We're getting the rain now. The weather machine is doing its thing. The storm's come in. We've had the sun already. The lightning has already happened around it as well. Now we've got the storm. Because, of course, the whole thing just makes thematic sense. And I love it so much. I just think it's absolutely mad. It's incredible. Like, I would never be able to think of making something like this. So how did you do this? Talk me through a couple of the things that have happened here. By the way, a bird just flew through the sun then, and I think that was completely coincidentally, and it looks amazing. It looks like it actually genuinely looks like it's supposed to be part of the ride. Yeah, this is incredible. Yeah.
There it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, there's quite a bit of a delay on here between what we're seeing and what you're seeing on screen. Portia says, "I can't believe I'm a dad now." Congratulations, Porsche Lord, you're a dad. That's amazing. Congratulations to Porsche Lord. Biff Jerky says, "Can we see whether or not this machine will work?" Classic. And now it looks like the moon. Yeah, so what... right, okay, let's have a look around this. Like you say, there's no random pipes. Everything serves a purpose. So you can see around here, you've got, like, the cogs are all turning, and that's driving the water, or is the water driving...
So the water is what makes the rain.
Right. Okay.
And then you've got the furnace, which also heats the water to create the steam, which then turns the wheels.
There's the furnace. And
you've got your lightning rod things.
Okay. And the windmill? Anything behind the windmill?
The windmill's for the wind part.
The windmill's for the wind part, of course it is. It's capturing the wind and all these pipes. Oh, this has made it even better for me. What about the little dome thing? What's the little dome thing for the green dome? The little green.
Okay, that's just aesthetic. It looks nice.
Yeah, that bit just looks good. That's okay.
Or I've got around there. I'm pointing, which doesn't.
So, all right, no.
Pipes which get cooled, and they get progressively whiter as they get cooled, and snow comes off. So that's for the snow part.
I've never seen this bit. So wait, so it comes down through here, and you can see that the snow builds on it, and you can see that it's got snow on it. That's so good. And it starts off. They start off sort of grey and turn to white as it gets colder.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous attention to detail. Well done. And in the back as well, you've got like that lovely display of all the cogs through the glass pieces as well.
That was a happy accident.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I had a bunch of. I think I just had a few cogs, and I made a dome out of gems. I like the texture of it, and then I happened to put it on top of the cogs, and then thought, I like that.
Somebody says that you should work for Disney.
Yes, please.
Darren York
I'll
says
take it.
she should work for Disney. It's just so good. Everything in the blueprint seems to have a purpose. It looks like the Fluidsmus machine from The Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is really, really cool. R.I.P. Birds, says Mr. Global Traveller. Exactly, yeah. And Amanda says, oh, I didn't see that too before. So great. Dude, love it, says Blade Platinum. And Coco Palm Tree again says, there's so much detail and thought put into the work of art that I fell off my chair and now my brain is melting. That is how talented you are. Now, there you go. And
Thank you.
Isn't that lovely? Well, this
Yeah.
is like an ego stroking night for you.
I'm blushing. Yeah.
You can sleep. You'll sleep well tonight, feeling good about yourself. All right. Let's do some more. Oh, we've only got 15 minutes left, so let's prioritize a couple. Or we can just move through faster if you want. I just feel like they deserve, each one of them deserves, attention. All right, what's the next one?
I can't remember what's on the list now.
So I can tell you. I will tell you that now. We have the Midas Touch. We've got the Knights.
The Crow. We've got
the
that.
Crow. We've shown the Crow before, and I
We
do
have.
really
Can we do
like it.
that?
We can do the Crow. Yeah. The Crow is amazing. The Crow, of course, not an IP. It's just, in fact, a.
Oh yes.
It just so happens to be similar to an IP that you may recognise. But this is good. Is this a nighttime one you want as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, I'm going to watch this from afar, right? Because I don't know actually. Let's write it. Let's write
Yeah,
it.
you've got to write it. And any similarities to any film are purely coincidental.
Purely coincidental. Right. Very beautiful design support, Lord. Dan, you're amazing. Oh, right. Okay. Are you a big fan of The Crow?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I was going to say, why would you have made a film? Why would you have made this about it if you didn't?
I was thinking of make a movie film coaster, and I tried. I started doing a Sin City one, and then I just started doing loads and loads of projects, and this is the one which stuck. And I thought, yeah, it's quite a nice theme to do.
Honestly, it's so good. The way that
And I love the triggers. I love doing effects.
The triggers of the effects of the crow being spelt out. Not spelt out, but like sort of the shape of it, like in the same way that the fire spreads in the film as well. Like just so smartly done.
Yeah, I watched that part of the film so many times to try and get it accurate, how it spreads, where it goes first. So I've timed it as close as I could.
That's so good. I just really appreciate your dedication to actually making all this like the way it should be. So I'm going to watch it from afar, from here as well, so you can see that fire spreading and the crow symbol becoming like just being spelt out, because yeah, it just looks awesome. Let's fast forward it a little because we're limited on time. But the crow has such an interesting story behind it as well, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I quite the crow I made at the top is in the film when he goes through the window of the high rise.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really make a big building. It looked a bit odd, so I made the logo of the film with the big crow, and that's meant to be the window as well.
So to be clear as well, also the way you slow it down at the top, so you get to have a good look at the crow logo in the fire. Mm-hmm. But the way that the fact that you've done it so it looks similar to the film, it's just incredible. Slopey says, that is amazing. Nicely done, Stein Walters. Croon says, she's brilliant. Hey, Ed, could you accidentally click the DLC tab? No. By the way, I love this creation, Floss. I think the Junkyard one is still my favourite, though. Floss is queen of the triggers, says Blubber. Lots of beauty, says Bay Platinum. Love this one, says Wix. And again, thank you all for coming along tonight to watch. It's a lot of fun doing these things. So, any more that we'd like to say? We also have. What about the Drunken Sailor? I'm not sure I'm familiar with this one.
Yeah, this is I think this is my first coaster, and that's one of the reasons why I put it in. There's a big support missing, I think, which is quite heavy.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Should have gone back and sorted it out. But yeah, this is my first. I think it's one of my first coasters.
Okay.
So I wanted to do a bit of a throwback to the beginnings.
To how things started off.
Yeah.
I mean, as one of your first coasters, as far as first creations go, it's
a bit
really
garish.
nice.
But now I changed the rocks. I'd mix them up a bit. It's all one rock now. I do that so much differently. The lighting I do so differently now.
As well, it's a lovely little compact coaster.
But it's meant to be a pirate's journey from the pub back home.
Oh,
So he hiccups,
nice.
and there's a bit of double vision going on. He's a little bit worse for wear.
So the idea being, okay, I get it. So is that when you see double vision, you mean like that's why you've got the two going around at the same time, or?
No. If you ride it, you'll see.
Oh, no.
Hop on the coaster.
Hold on. Right, I've got to go to the train, the first one that's rising up. Wait. I'm doing all sorts of horrible spoilers here, I'm sorry. Everybody's rubbish of me. Alright, I think that's not up right. Let's just, I'll close it and open it again. There you go, how about that?
Yeah.
Right, we're at the top, we're at the front. There we go, right, there we go. Oh, that's amazing! As in, okay, all the way through there's the double vision. So you've got they've set up at different times the performers to make it look as if it's this double vision. That's so
Well, I tried to
smart.
get them identical, and
Right.
I tried to trigger them, and I tried to put them down at the same time, so they weren't. But it works. It still works. All the windows are double. Yeah, so
No, I quite like the way that all the wind. Oh yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, all the way around. It's the double vision. That's really smartly done. Okay. All right, first timer. That's just showing off. I see, because you wanted them doing at the same time. I actually quite like how they're mixed together and they look almost sort of dreamlike in the way that it's happening, and the bubbles that are around as well are kind of.
That's him hiccuping.
That's him hiccuping. And the tavern is, that's so good.
Oh dear, I think it needs a bit of smoothing though.
No, hey, look. I remember my first creation, and it was nothing quite like this. That's, yeah, all the double doors and stuff. Yeah, okay, I get that's smart. And look, I don't want to gush about it too much, but that's really, really well done. Exactly. Don't change your things for dragons. It shows growth, but it's the creativity in it that I think is really, really good. I remember my first creation was going to be super bad. It's so detailed for a first coaster, very good. I love the pirates theme. I thought that it would be good to see how people got home from the pub. The results were staggering.
Yay!
For Aloria. It's a
Lots
good joke.
of puns today.
Yeah, well, we've got Aloria with us, that's why.
Oh, good point, yes.
Yeah. Floss has such genius ideas, says Jenny Lowe.
Thanks, Jen.
Just wow. I'm just really speechless. It's really cool. And Joel has been putting links to your creations as well, so people could check them out if they want to check them out in more detail. Very creative. Floss's first ride is better than my last ride will ever be, says Russ. Russ, you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to be more confident. Right, have we got time for one more? We do. I'm telling you, we have time for one more. What about the night circus? Or are you
yeah.
Yeah, you okay with that?
Yeah.
You're okay. Okay. You gave it to us in a list, so you can't be too unsure about it. The night circus.
Yeah, happy with that.
Great. Where has it gone? It's loading. Oh, here it is. I'm not sure I've seen this.
No.
Do I have to put it in night time?
No.
Well, it's the night circus though, surely. Hold on, it's just loading.
Yes, but it's actually better in the day.
Oh, it is.
It appears at night. So, no, it is actually open from dusk until dawn, so it should technically be at night. But this is all based off the first few pages of a book, which I haven't actually finished.
For some reason, it's not letting me click on it. Some sort of. Here we go. Better. It just didn't load in the first time for some reason. Right, here we go. There we go. Okay, so don't worry about these things. The essays that you've written. Okay, talk us. This is an interesting creation. What's this about?
So I started to read a book called The Night Circus, and one of the first pages it described this black and white striped mystical circus that appears. They say that it was yesterday it wasn't there, and today it is, or it's here now, and yesterday it was not. And this is called the Circus of Dreams. I didn't get any further, but I just loved that paragraph explaining this. Everything's black and white. So to me, that was the challenge to. I know we've got the filters now to change things to grayscale, but I like the challenge of trying to turn everything black and white.
It looks fantastic.
And it was, as you can see, when the vintage pack came out, I wanted to play with the bits and make my own circus.
Yeah, it's very cool. The Amazing Disappearing Man.
It's got some little shows as well. It's got the Disappearing Man.
So do these shows? Oh yeah, so I can set these off.
I don't know where you are. If you sit right in front of the whole show, and then there's a trigger on the right hand side, so you can force it on.
Hold on.
It does play every few hours, but you can there's a little sign saying manual override or something.
Yeah. Play trigger sequence 27.
Not many. It's just a little mini show.
So is there anything I should be looking out for here?
Oh yeah, you've run away from the Disappearing Man.
Oh, well, he disappeared. I couldn't see him.
Oh, I didn't know that trick. Oh, why is that trigger showing? That shouldn't be showing.
Sorry. Okay.
If you go back and look at the Disappearing Man,
yeah,
and
I'll go do
have
that.
the. Oh, okay. Do I
I'll
need
go
to
do that
catch
now.
up?
No, I'm going to do it now.
What's
Sorry,
left to show?
I should have. I did. I played trigger sequence. Here we go. Right, we'll see. We'll see if it works now. Okay, so am I looking in the right direction, in the right place?
I need to catch up.
I'm sorry. It's the best.
You should be in front of the parasols, and.
Oh,
it started to go.
he just disappeared. The Amazing Disappearing Man. And now we have the Enchanter. Very good.
It took so long to try and get him to disappear.
Oh, really? So how did you do that? So, you just have him sort of sinking into the...
He's one of the falling stuntmen, and so I just tried to have as many explosions as I could for him to disappear.
Not fans as that looks just like a picture when I read the book. Which book was it then? Some people apparently have seen it.
Great.
Do you remember what the book was?
It's called The Night Circus. I can't remember who it's by now.
Okay, cool.
But it's just called The Night Circus.
So Hein Walters says, wow, amazingly good. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I really recommend the first 3 pages. Very good.
Very, very cool. The candles are the wrong colour, somebody says, but hey, look.
I know. Well, you can put the black and white filter on if you like to go full.
Can do, can't I?
Full on chrome.
There we go. 1 sec. There you go. Oh, I just closed it like an idiot. It's amazing because I was looking at it and it didn't look. Watch everybody. You can click on it. You can't really see a difference. That's really fun. And,
yeah, and I quite liked having. It's in the book as well. It says that the only colour you can see is the green hills around.
So you've got to have that.
I quite like having the contrast of
the green hills. It's a bit. That's well done. All right. Okay. I think that's all we have time for now. But wonderful creations. Absolutely amazing. What's next? What are you working on now? Are you working on something now?
I'm working on starting to make a collaboration with my good friend Dr. Fugo. Spoil it. Well, give you a clue. Marmalade, bears, war. That's it.
Say that again because you broke up a tiny little bit.
Marmalade, bears, and war.
Marmalade, bears, and war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the space.
I'm very excited. I'm sure we'll show it off on the live stream when it does come out. So everybody in the chat, please put some love in the chat for Floss and some love from us as well here at Frontier, honestly, in the community team, but also the dev team, who I know really, really, really appreciate your creations as well, especially the stuff. Sam was talking about all of the triggered the colouring stuff for the Midas Touch especially as well. Really, really good. So great. Yeah, and thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks everyone in the chat.
It's great, yeah. If somebody, want to see more of Floss, visit her Steam workshop here. Joel has put, our moderator, and thank you very, very much, moderator, for being here tonight. who's put a link to your Steam workshop in the chat. So it's great. And they were all amazing, says Taz101. Keep up the amazing work, Floss. Can't wait to see what you create next. I'm pumped, says Big Platinum. Space Jam the Ride, says Biff Jerky. Apparently he wants a Space Jam the Ride. That's a challenge. Hearts from Red Dragons. Throws love at you, deserve it, you're awesome. How do you have so much patience? Could it be Paddington? Interesting. Great job, Floss, you're amazing. Well done, Floss. And look at all the loveliness in the chat as well. And that's what's so lovely about the Planet Coaster community and so lovely about all you lot. Thanks again for coming along, you brilliant bunch.
I think this is the best thing about the game is the community, is the friends I've met. Traveled the world, met friends. I think that's the best bit.
It is genuinely really, really sweet. Like I've through working with Planet Coaster people when we went to the Efteling and things a couple of years ago, just made some of met some of the nicest people in the world. You're absolutely right, and it's why I have the best job in the world probably, because I just get to come and do cool stuff with you guys. That's not all it is, but I'm just saying it's really, really lovely. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time. I do believe that we'll be doing a stream next Wednesday. Don't hold me to that just yet, but we'll be back with more Planet Coaster goodness. YouTube.com/Planet Coaster. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, and good evening.